Maestro Gaming presents a wobbly wagon wheel production about a nomad man. That man is the Gypsy King. Welcome back to another Maestro Gaming production, ladies and gents, and as you can see, we are jumping straight into our first match. We are, of course, at home at the Olympico Jamie Moron Leon Stadium here to play Medellin. And, well, they are going for the good old classic 4-4-2 formation. Now, we have not managed to beat them in our last 5 games. In fact, we've lost all 5 of our previous 5 meetings. Admittedly, I wasn't the manager, so I'm not to blame. But still, this team has struggled against them, and, well, that's not a good sign when they are up in 4th. There is a little bit of good news, though. Besides the fact the stadium is half empty and there ain't going to be many people to witness this destruction, we do have our whole starting lineup. So that means we have Gerald the loser in goal. Our backline is Herrera, Mina, Torres and Lopez at the back. We then have Benny Hill in central midfield. On the left-hand side is Perez. On the right-hand side, Julio. In front of them is Perez and Gonzalez and Conan the Barbarian up front. I just realised I've left Perez on instead of AU on the left-hand side. Hopefully that don't come to bite us on the backside too much, although to be fair, AU did have a bit of a cold, and he might still have that cold coming into this game, so maybe it's a good idea we left him at home, let him get rid of his cold, not pass it on to the rest of us. And, well, our bench consists of Oscar Pistorius, Eric Morrisons, Rodriguez, Medrano, and Arias. But without further ado, let's head into the dressing room and let's go talk to Rubens Barrichello. So, Mr. Barrichello, I think we should try and encourage team. I think that's not a bad little idea. So passionately, I know a lot of you are keen to avenge what happened when we played them last time. Go out there and express yourselves. Do. Went down okay. I will take that. That is not a bad little start. As we line up in the tunnel, I shall take a sip of my coffee and let's get on with today's game. Well, as you can see, we are going attacking because, well, we're expected to get smashed about, so why not just stay on the front foot? So, back post cross, Conan can't get it, Perez though gets it down to Gonzalez, who passes it over to the other Perez, and Jorge Perez has got his second goal of the season, ladies and gents. 13.5 minutes in. Benny Hill's cross didn't quite have the effect going to Conan at the back, but the header away was not good. Perez nods it down to Gonzalez. The other Perez smashes it into the right-hand side of the goal. And we are off to a cracking start, ladies and gents. In fact, we are up to 9th at the moment, which is nice to see. Now, Conan the Barbarian with a free kick. Back post, headed away. Torres collects. Can we do the same thing again? No, it is cleared away. Julio, though, nods it down for Perez. Benny now to Torres. Over to the other Perez on this left-hand side. He's got a goal already. Can he get an assist? Herrera gets it back to Perez. Which one in for Conan the Barbarian? Jorge Perez has had a beautiful start to this game. A goal and an assist in the first 20 minutes. That's Conan the Barbarian with his 10th goal of the season. Let's have another look at this one, ladies and gents. Beautiful delivery. Does a great job keeping onside. And, well, the goalkeeper had absolutely no chance. So, we are off to a good start. I want to praise the lads, but I'm scared of that button, to be honest, in Football Manager. Like, the whole praising button just doesn't seem to have any positive effect every time I've used it, so I'm not touching it. Lopez, oh, it's tipped onto the bar. Perez, again, another danger. Although I'm not sure which Perez that was that time, because the other Perez does play on the left-hand side of that central attacking mid role. I think it might have been him. I'm not sure. Anyway, they do have a free kick, dangerous area. Lovely collection by the loser. I think, though, yes, Herrera has gone and given away yet another penalty. Come on, loser. Come on, loser. Lovely save by the loser. Delayed reaction. I didn't expect it to happen, but it did. And, well, we just need to keep them away. Good one, Herald. Herald? I don't know. My brain is falling asleep. Anyways, it's 2-0 going into half-time. We are in the lead, ladies and gents. Didn't think I'd be saying that one, at least in this first game. 8 shots to their 5, 7 on target to their 3, 8 fouls to their 3, 1 yellow card, 0 yellow cards, 51% possession to their 49. So, just need to keep it up for another 45 minutes. Near 50. when you take into additional minutes, I suppose. Best performers, though, Jorge Perez with 8 rating and 67% passing completion ratio for us. Mosquera with 5 shot saved and 6.7 in goal for them. Now struggling to perform is the other Perez for us, Angelo Perez with a 6.7, no reason for it. And, well, Camilo Rojas with a 6.2 and no reason for it for them. No other scores to go over because we are the only game currently going on. So Rubens Barrichello thinks we should, yeah, I think we appreciate their efforts too. Passionately, I'm pleased with how things are going, lads. Keep it up. That has been a beautiful effort in the first half. I want to keep that morale going. Let's keep the lads lifted up. Now, as you can see, we're up to the 51st minute. They've got a free kick deep in their own half, playing it all the way back to the goalkeeper. Interesting approach. Perhaps they're going for a route one. He's just going to hoof it up. He is indeed. He's hoofed it up into... Oh, no. The header's got over the top of our midfield. Luckily, the defence has got a couple of blocks in. Good job, Torres. Julio now clears it to Conan the Barbarian, going on a counter-attack down this right-hand side. Looks for support, gets it across to Angelo. Angelo Perez gets the ball back to Conan. Now over to Julio. Julio whips one in. Benny Hill unfortunately can't get a shot off though. It's a foul, in fact. Or was offside. Regardless, they got a free kick. And now they have a free kick in a very dangerous spot. Lucky for us, we get a couple of blocks in. And we've just tripped them up. Perez. Not a smart idea. But I guess it managed to just cut a bit of the clock off. So we are in substitution time, ladies and gents. Now I have noticed a little bit of bad news. We had 4 players, I believe, going into today's game. 1 yellow card away from a suspension. Mina, I believe, is one of those. So, although he's on a yellow card, I'm going to leave him on. There's no point in taking him off. He's going to be suspended for the next game anyway. We may as well risk him getting a red card and getting a slightly longer suspension. So, what are we going to do with our substitutes? Well, the next game, I believe, isn't far away. So let's have a little quick look over there. Home. Next game is... Okay, we've got a week. So I don't need to worry about fitness. That's interesting, because now... Oh, didn't mean to double click onto that. I apologise. I'm delaying the game. I'm delaying the game for all you fine ladies and gents. So, Angelo Perez has been the one who's mainly struggled. Now, I could punish Herrera for his awful trips and get him off the pitch and just not have to worry about that. I guess we will take Mina off. And not because he's on the yellow card and we don't want him getting sent off necessarily. But more because we need Morrison's to come into the next game. We need to get him some match sharpness. So let's get Morrison's in. Let him get the game sharpness. So in the next match he isn't struggling as much as he would be. We then have Rodriguez. Now, Rodriguez, he has somehow managed to overtake Julio. I'm guessing because he's been developing, Julio's stayed pretty much the same. So his rating relative to Rodriguez has actually dropped. So we are going to bring Rodriguez on to see what he can do. In fact, Rodriguez has been better in the past 5 games. It's just over the season they've both been the same. So, enough rambling, let's get on with the game. Let's get our 2 substitutions on. Let's kick our feet up and just try and hold out for this victory, which we currently have a 2-0 lead, although they could narrow it down to 1 if Mina makes a mistake here. Lovely block, lovely one, Herrera. Nice slide tackle. Could have been dangerous, could have given away a second penalty, but fortunate for us, he does not. So, Conan the Barbarian whips it in, back post, collected by the goalkeeper. We just need to eke out this clock. 20 minutes, ladies and gents. 20 minutes. That's all we need to get rid of. Just hold the ball. Get the ball, hold it, relax. Gonzalez now. Counter-attack. Plays it over to Conan the Barbarian. Now with Angelo Perez. Over to Gonzalez. Rodriguez making a nice run down this right-hand channel. He does have support. Plays it back to Lopez in support. Now will he go back out to the wing or inside? He goes inside to Perez, who plays ball over to the right-hand side, where he'll find Rodriguez. Back to Gonzalez. Acres of space. You do not leave Gonzalez, or any player in fact, in that much space, because you will be punished. That's his 7th goal of the season, assisted by Rodriguez. And I believe that is probably the nail in the coffin in today's game. Look how much space Gonzalez has. That is not the way to play football, ladies and gents. Not the way to play football indeed. We are solidly up in 9th, and that is going to do our average points the world of good. Now, let's get a counter-attack going. Come on, Benny. Play it over to that right-hand side. You've got support. Keep your run going, or play it up to Conan. That works too. That really did work too. And that's Conan the Barbarian. 11th goal, ladies and gents, of the season. 4-0 at home in this opening game against Medellin. And I did not expect it to be anything alike. If anything, I expected them to be winning 4-0 in today's game. But I'm jubilant. As you can see, Perez 9.3, Gonzalez 9.3, but Conan 9.4. We have a 9 for Benny Hill. There's a lot of 9s in this team right now. We have been fantastic. So, it's 4-0 in this opening game, ladies and gents. We've had 14 shots to their 13, 11 on target to their 5, 17 fouls to their 7. Now, we wasn't disciplined, but we managed to put away our opportunities. 2 yellow cards, 0 yellow cards, 47% possession to their 53. Our best performer was Conan the Barbarian. He got a brace and a 9.4. For them was Bugarin. He got 3 fouls against and a 7.2. Struggling to perform was Eric Morrison's. We was just getting him on for a bit of sharpness, so we're not too worried about that. He did get a 6.8, which is not a bad rating, I guess. Rojas, though, got a 6.1 for them and was their struggling performer. A few different milestones, not going to go through them. Just going to scroll down a little bit for those interested if they wish to pause. Now, Conan the Barbarian clicks up the player of the match. That is pretty reasonable. Rubens Barrichello thinks we should tell the team we appreciate their efforts. We do indeed. You know what? Passionate. People had written us off day. We proved them wrong. Well done, lads. Amazing result. Not a great result. An absolutely amazing result there. And I fat-fingered yet again. Lucky it's not on anything important. But we are now going to head over to Aguilas's ground, which is the Alberto Grisales. And, well, that will be our second game of today's episode. So I'll see you over at their stadium in just a second. Okay, ladies and gents, so if you're an active watcher, you'll know this is the point where I usually show you the outside of the away stadium of our next opponent. But there is a slight change. That is because I want to show you something else instead. As you can see, we have Mina and Perez, who are both suspended. That is awkward enough as it is. Like I said, a couple of other players were on yellow cards, so Benny Hill still is on the verge of a suspension, same with Herrera. But there is one player who really doesn't want to play football. Really doesn't want to play football, in fact. So, AU, like I told you before, had a cold before the previous game. He managed to get it about 3 days before. As you might know, colds in this game, if you send someone home, is 3 to 4 days. He's just managed to get another one. As you can see, he has been sent home yet again because he has a cold for 1 more day. And, yeah, it's ridiculous. Look, back-to-back times. 2 games in a row, he's decided, you know what, I've got a cold right before the game is about to start. So, AU, not in my good books right now. So, we are going to go back to the tactical screen. We are going to, of course, put Morrison's in for Mina. We have Perez, who's currently out, so Medrano can go in for him. Now, who's going onto the bench? That is the real question. So let's narrow it down to our defenders. These are the defenders we have to work with. I kind of want to break, you know what, you're coming on. I was considering maybe Martinez, but I want a central defender just in case. Get that covered. And then we shall go attacking mids to replace the attacking mid we took off. Now, Carabello is probably our best opportunity for bringing someone on. Yes, he can't play in the central, but he can play on that left-hand side of midfield. The others, mainly right-hand sided. If we want someone for the right-hand side, we're going to bring on Rodriguez. So that is our subs bench sorted out for today's game. So without further ado, let's head on in, submit the squad. Yes, I know they're lacking match sharpness. We haven't used them all season. Of course, they're going to be lacking a little bit of match sharpness. As you can also see, they're both not particularly liking the positions that they are in, but we are going up against this very defensive looking formation, a 4-3-1-2. Jeez, they are really sitting back. They are going San Marino on us, ladies and gents. So Rubens Barrichello thinks we should challenge team to pick up where they left off. That's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. In fact, assertively, go out there, carry straight on where you finished the last match, because you was absolutely amazing in that first game. So go and show it again. Now, I am loving the colour scheme of our opponents today, by the way. Love this like red and gold theme going on. with both their shirt and ground. Very nice. Suarez, though, gets ball over to Diallo, and, well, that route one ball almost worked out. Does look like we're playing on a pretty small pitch here today, though. As you can see, the box is very near to the touchline, so not good with Herrera. We know Herrera likes to trip players up, so hopefully he doesn't give away too many penalties today. Lopez throws one into Conan the Barbarian. Ooh, manages to win the ball back. It's now Herrera, back to Medrano, back to Herrera. Probably not the guy you want to be taking that shot. Gonzalez would have probably scored that one, but Herrera, he is a left back. Don't want him smashing it from there. As you can see, Morrison's has picked up a yellow card, but we have a throwing deep in their half. Herrera now, will he deliver a nice cross? No, plays it to Perez. Now, Medrano back to Herrera once more. It's with Benny Hill. Benny Hill tries to run into the ref, in fact. Julio on this right-hand side. Over to Gonzalez. Swap back over to the left side where Perez will whip a ball in. Headed away, Gonzalez down to Julio. Back to Gonzalez. We know how deadly he can be from range. Julio, no. Back to Lopez. Julio, can he get a cross in? Oh, he's hit the defender, but it's gone back to Lopez, who is now dispossessed. They are going with a counter-attack. Red Ellie? Red Ellie. We're going with Red Ellie. Fortunate for us, though, it hits the post. So, 30 minutes deep. Julio, crossfield ball, gives it away to Sanchez, who hooves up to Diallo. It's now with Red Ellie. It's down and through to Diallo once more. Blocks, but Red Ellie has the ball. Lucky for us. The loser makes a save, and we have averted danger. At least for now, they have a corner. And will they deliver a near post? And ball. Joe goes and lets us off the hook. We are going to demand more, because this is a team we should probably be beating. I'm going to drop the speed down slightly, because it's quite quick-paced today. I don't know if it's because I do have it on a higher setting than I'd been previously using, or just it feels quicker. I don't know. Maybe my brain is just slowing down in old age. All I know is it's half time, ladies and gents. 0-0. I don't know why I want to say 0-0 as well. 9 shots to our 6, 5 on target to our 3, 7 fouls to our 4, 0 yellow cards, 1 yellow card, 40% possession to 60%. We're doing everything backwards compared to the last game. We've not been getting the shots that we've needed. We've not been getting them on target and making use of them, and we've not been giving away the fouls. So there's some positives, some negatives. We have been keeping the possession though, so that's not too bad. Now the best performers is Diallo for them with a 7.5 and 100% header-1 ratio. For us is Harold, the loser of course, with 3 saves hurled and a 7 rating. Struggling to perform is Hidalgo with a 6.5 for them, and Gonzalez with a 6.4 for us. So let's go talk to Rubens. In fact, let's go talk to the team and assertively tell them I'm not happy. That was not a terrible performance, but considering our previous game, you should probably be performing a little better. So let's win this ball back. Let's go get a goal. Don't let Zia just hoof it up. Nice interception, Torres. Gonzalez gets over to Julio. Julio coming down this right-hand side now. Does have support, of course, with Lopez, who he will play it back to. Lopez, crossfield, tries to get it to Perez. It's intercepted. Eric Morrison's gives it away. Header down to Perez. Medrano now back to Perez once more. He does have the overlap. Will he use it? He does. Nice through ball through to Herrera. Whips one across face of goal. And Julio smashes it off the post. Nice attempt. Unfortunately, does not amount to anything. And attempts don't win us games. We need points. And attempts are not going to get us points. Goals in the back of the net are going to do that. Torres heads it away. Red Ellie will collect it on the edge of the area though. Whips one in. Diallo smacks it into the bottom left corner. Hopefully he's offside. I believe he's offside. Ref, yes. Yes, he was. And now this feels a little slow. So, push back up. We're going back up, ladies and gents. I'd rather try and talk 100 miles an hour than feel like the game is going slow. So, Lopez gets it up to Gonzalez. We are past our usual substitution time, but we're going to allow this highlight to play out. Julio plays it over to Herrera, now over to Perez. Perez, can he cut inside? Nice crossfield ball to Julio. Can't keep his header down. So, let's see who is struggling. Julio. Julio is struggling. He is off the pitch. The moment I noticed that 6.2, first instinct, get him off. Gonzalez, bad game. Benny Hill also having a bad game. Now, what we can do is Gonzalez could swap to that playmaker role. Medrano isn't a starter, so I'm going to take a risk on Gonzalez picking up his pace if we just swap him to this. So we're going to do that. We're going to go double striker up front. Hopefully that will allow us to open them up a little bit, and hopefully Gonzalez can pick up his form, because we need him to. We need him. Show some passion, lads. Show some passion. Okay, that was a little over the top. I was trying something. Instead of just going demand, 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 I wanted to try something. Probably not a good idea. In hindsight, was a bad play. But it's okay. We've got opportunities to fix it. And those opportunities are going to come in about 2 seconds' time. As it lets me change it. There we go. Demand more. I'm going to stick to demand more for the rest of the game. 7 minutes remain, of course. Now, I would have taken 4 points out of today's episode. But considering we got 3 points from that first game, I really did want 6 points from this episode. But you can't always have what you want, ladies and gents, and we've learnt that here today. So, 0-0 in the end. They had 16 shots, we had 13. 7 shots on target to our 5. 9 fouls to our 7. 1 yellow card, 1 yellow card. 39% possession to our 61. Now, their best performer was Diallo. He had a decent game with a 7.8, 94% header-1 ratio. For us was Harald the loser. 8 shots saved and a 7.2. Struggling from was Red Ellie. He got a 6.4, 33% header-1 ratio. And Julio, he got a 6.2. Don't know where that came from. That surprised the heck out of me when I noticed it. 0% crossing completion ratio. I will go over the milestones since there's only one. Julio made his 25th career appearance. And what an awful one it was. So, Diallo, of course, gets the player of the match in today's game, and Rubens Barrichello thinks we should tell the team we appreciate their efforts. What's the morale like? Our morale's okay, so you know what? Unlucky lads. I want to keep your morale up. I want to yell at them, I'll be honest. I want to yell at them, but I also want to keep their morale up and keep their spirits going, because we are a low-down team. This is the sort of team where you need to keep motivating the players. Keep the heads up, don't let them drop, because that's when you go losing 6 games in a row. So, that is it for today's games. We have, of course, got a big one against Bucaramanga, who I believe is the team we are in the battle for on average points. As you can see, they are down in 19th, where they should be. We should probably be in that 18th spot, arguably, but it's these two we need to be trying to run away from. In fact, I wonder if we've got over them now. Let's have a little look. We'll do that in a second. So we've got Bucaramanga and Santa Fe. Now, Santa Fe, top of the league, probably going to smash us about. But then again, I thought that was going to be the situation with Medellin. And well, Medellin didn't put up much of a fight. Then again, that was at home. Both of those are away in the next episode. So let's quickly go have a look at where they're expected to finish this season. So, season preview, well, we have Santa Fe, who is 3rd. That's going to be our 2nd game. And the first one, of course, is Bucaramanga, who is still set for 19th. They are, of course, a promoted club. Them, Cortelua, and us are 1,000 to 1 for the league. Now, we don't expect to win the league. I have no plans of winning the league, but as you can see, we aren't doing too bad in this little scrap. In fact, we are only 2 points behind, which puts us 0.02 behind Quindio. So, Quindio is the team we need to be looking out for their results. Cortelua, we've now managed to make a bit of a gap on Cortelua and Bucaramanga. In fact, we are quite a bit away. I'd say we are almost safe with that difference, but we're going to play out the season. We're going to see where we end up, and yes, that is our current situation when it comes to average points. But I thank you all for watching today's episode. I hope you all have a lovely night, and goodbye.